How long was I unmuted for? How did I accidentally mute myself? What did I do wrong? I need to get rid of my hotkeys. Ugh, God. Anyway, what I was saying was, Emma did say that she was not able to testify properly about her experience, so she drew a picture. Dude, I wonder what this is. Seriously, I'm starting to get worried about how long I was unmuted for. Oh, that must have been a fucking disaster. How could I not have been able to tell? When it's unmuted, the bar to check the volume is green. How long was I unmuted for? Oh my god. Whatever. Oh, what if you guys missed one of my funny, stellar, totally unique and original jokes? Fuck. Anyway, that's gonna be eating away at me for the entire rest of the stream until I go and look at the VOD, because it's just gonna be nagging at the back of my head. Ugh. Okay, anyway. Yeah, but when it's muted, the bar is gray. When it's unmuted, the bar is green. How could I not have been able to tell? Fuck. Anyway. I wonder what this is. Rant over. Just gotta go. What's done is done. Hello? Don't need that in my life. I usually keep my phone ringer off. Oh, you know what? That's my alarm for when I usually stream. I set an alarm to mentally prepare. I don't need that. Sorry. Anyway. Facing a lot of distractions in this very moment. Okay. Emma, you drew this, didn't you? I wonder what this is. Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out. Really? Really? I better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh, no. It's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? I better not forget about this picture. Okay. Do we present it to Gumshoe? Or what? That's what the chief was reading before. Yeah. Something else is bugging me. Take a look back at the back. What else am I supposed to do? Oh, talk? Yeah. That desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes. That's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it here. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So, ever since Lana left, no one touches that desk? No one except for Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Good point. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Gummy? Do you have something you'd like to share? Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit more. Phoenix, you fucking, did not read the room. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. I wanted you to inquire about why I'm being so standoffish. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. I'm sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. How dare. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? He makes a good point. What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? I better save before I answer. Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. I'll wait until we're in court for that. Best time. There you go, ignoring me again. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Fuck, shit, oh no. Oh, we've been had. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right? You in the coat. Chief Gant! Oh no, we didn't think you'd be back so soon. We were planning to rummage before you came by. You know, to make things easier on you. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Oh, that is so demeaning. He's no longer referring to us by name. Not even by nickname. When he uses the nicknames, he kind of humanizes you and makes a friendly impression on you. Kind of forces you to get all buddy-buddy with him in a casual setting. Now he's treating us like total strangers. I love that juxtaposition. Very well done. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. Fuck, no! You won't be needing it anymore. No, Gumshoe, I'm so sorry. But, sir... Please? Now get out. Yes, sir! Oh, no. This is the worst thing ever. I didn't want this to be happening. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait. You, the one without spiky hair, don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific... Oh, okay! You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright, I don't trust that at all. Oh my god, blackmail? Threats? Who knows? Look, pal, if I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. Don't talk to him just yet. He's probably livid. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. Why? So she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Why? Suspicious? I don't like it. Lana? I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really. I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Fucking try me. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Oh, thank you. You flatter me. Anyway, it seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Have you two been gossiping about me? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Right after I sip some water. Alright. Fixed my posture. Got some water. Let's dive right in. Keeping quiet. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. Are you sure? There was some incriminating evidence. Like, the whole star testimony. Nah, maybe probably just that. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so. Because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So, you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Him! It's he! Well, Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? Yeah, of course. We were I'm dying. Very sorry about that. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable. Burn! Then tell me something. Why would he Anyway, why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant. Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. The broken piece? The broken piece? It's gotta be either the broken piece or the other half of the list. I think this one because it specifically says Chief Gant's safe. Let's try it. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Okay. Although I can't tell you details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Oh shit. How can you just be so chill about that? Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. In plain sight? While there were employees walking around, you just popped that trunk out? What? Dude. The trunk's lock was broken. And I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife? That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Star, huh? Shit, that sucks, dude. Sorry about that. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? Good question. It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife rather poorly, too. I will say, just wrapping it in your scarf and shoving it into the exhaust pipe. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with it. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what had happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. Oh, you were gonna make her an accomplice? Sneaky, sneaky. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma's so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. Really? Why him? To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person who I could trust. Or, at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. Yeah, for real. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. Really? It's such a messy situation. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? Holy shit, girl, butterfly effect. For real. Is that it? Spilled it all? I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But, Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Literally everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And this thing too. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. That's also a pretty fuzzy one. Oh my god. Ah! Very dramatic indeed. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna save right here and now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a long break. Like 10 to 15 minutes. For water, for stretching. Lots of stretching. I've been sitting down all day. Just been sitting at a desk all day taking notes. And then we'll get back to this. Oh my god, looking at that final day trial former. Holy shit. Okay. I will be right back. Stick around if you please. We're gonna get into this. Wait. Hold on. God, my only gripe with whatever new development occurred with my mic is that it's a little more sensitive, and I feel like it picks up more. So I feel like it picks up my super squeaky, kind of not good chair, desk chair. It's leather, so it kind of like squeaks when you move, and the joints are really bad. So I wonder sometimes whether or not we can hear that. Also, I just had the most brilliant idea of changing the title. Oh, okay, I like forgot it for a second. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah. It rhymes. It rhymes. Almost done with AA1. And we are. We're getting there. So, alright. I've been rejuvenated, refreshed, relaxed. Now let's revamp. Or what's another word? Play again. Continue. Okay. Getting into the home stretch, for real. This is the defendant's lobby, alright. But there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Who is this? Hey, it's been a while. Edgeworth. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Actually, no. Who the owner of the 77's ID number is, that is? Oh, yeah, that I've got. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. There he is. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still a room for doubt regarding this ID record. I thought we ended the trial yesterday because Lana spilled some major tea. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True. Not yet. But I plan on making that a reality. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here. To hear what you have to say. Oh yes, let's collaborate. Meeting of the minds. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something. And the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. But don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. Well, it's gonna be a fucking long trial. Let me get there. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. This is not blackmail. And I'm not coercing you. But you do have something to gain from a personal, emotional perspective if you'll let me do my thing. I'll think about it. Yes! See you in court, right? Okay, bye! This is it. If I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. For real. Alright, pressure's on. 10 a.m. What a way to start your morning. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready as fuck, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready as normal, Your Honor. Normally, this is where the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. Hi. What do you need? Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, have you been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Actually, I do mind you asking. Fuck off. Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. Okay, reasonable enough. She wants to do what? Is she gonna indict herself? I swear to God, Lana. Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request, because it benefits you. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. I'm so mad. So mad. Lana, don't say anything. What's all this about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No! Lana! Literally, what the fuck? Yes, okay, I have to jump in. You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Emma better jump the fuck in for a Deus Ex Machina right now. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial. No! Even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening! It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Please, 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 please. Yes! Edgeworth! God! I'm gonna kiss you on the mouth! One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. But only if he wants it. The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Oh my god. I love what you're doing here, bud. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Get out. Get out. Get out, Ken. Get out. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, No, I don't think I will. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Yeah, that's right, I said it. Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. You tell him! With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. Okay. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Ms. Emma Skye. Oh, okay. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Sky. God damn. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. I love this. Mr. Edgeworth. Miles. I think I'm in love. Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. Oh, really? You... really? Even though Emma Sky is not at all relevant to this case, she is to the SL9 incident. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? You better say yes. Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Ms. Emma Sky, please take the stand. He just straight up ignored it. Love it. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. I'm not mad. Now then, witness. Please state your name and occupation. Oh, she's not doing okay. My name is Emma. Emma Sky. My occupation... I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, shut up. Yes, it most certainly is. Just let us do our thing, and you can watch. Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. Oh, I hope she can get through it. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. This is so tense. 2 years ago. Let's see what we can pick out of this. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Oh my god. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. No spoilers. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Well, I'm the one who has to piece it together. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay. Guess I should just go ahead and press everything, huh? Maybe that's a good line of attack. Hold it. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes. She was second in command under then Deputy Oh, I'm messing this up. I'm sorry. She was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police, Gant. My sister. She was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. No biased testimony, please. Revise your testimony. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. Aww. I wanted to play it that day too. Oh, that's actually kind of really sad. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me for dinner, to dinner, after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage. Okay. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Oh, okay. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Gant. How could you? Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then, but... Oh, okay, this is important. I'll never forget what I saw. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then, lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image in the scene of my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes. Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman. The victim. No, we're not gonna stop. We're gonna hear everything. So you spoke with Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before, and we have it in our court record, actually. Well, Mr. Ray, have you heard enough? You're gonna ask about the picture, I'm not gonna stop. This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. Dude, but the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. That's really important information that they glossed over. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I mean, yes, you can. No, I wouldn't mind. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. Gonna press it and then present. You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right? Yes. I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died, yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken? But I did draw it, I swear. I'm not just imagining it. This picture that Emma drew. That reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again. Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind. Can you please describe it to us? The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Okay. I'm saving first before I present it. But I think this is important to know. Evidence list. Yes. Cool. Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you would insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that, as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold. This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident? In a way. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Turn it... Ah! What's this? Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, what is that? Hey! That's it! That's the picture I drew! What does this mean? Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. Dude. Isn't that it? What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists... They're different from each other. What? Yeah, are you catching on, Edgeworth? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? Yeah. Oh no. I hope you don't have a breakdown. But Miss Guy, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Why did he have it? Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. I just had a revelation. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. And I'm going to call him an idiot for the rest of his life for not finding out about that sooner. Oh, hi. It's good to see you. We're getting into the thick of it. This is the last trial day. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Yeah, he's found something out. Something wrong? Yeah, clearly. You even have to ask. Edgeworth, calm down. Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing! This fucking thing! What does this mean? It's that thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room! Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Okay. Half of this list was found in Gant's desk, but we have it all. Oh, I love how they added little tape marks. Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Maybe we should look further into that. Maybe, possibly. Just a suggestion. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Okay. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. They're just silhouettes. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Sure thing, bud. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. Okay. Exactly what I saw in that instant. I almost want to just press that. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course! This is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives? Are you insinuating that we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. I think I know. Okay. Let's, well, actually, I'm gonna save, actually. Wait, no, yes, I do want to save. Okay. Knife? Fucking knife? No! This evidence clearly shows a connection. No, it doesn't. Okay. Maybe I need to keep pressing? So, at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No. I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? After that, I must have fainted. This has gotta be something I have to do something with. But I'm a little iffy on what it is. List? No. Maybe the team photo? I have no clue. Nope, not that either. Come on, do I have to press it twice? Pressing it again. Sorry for asking, but are you sure? Yeah, I am. Were you influenced? I'm insulted. No, it's fine. I don't think I was. Yes, there is. I guess. God, okay. What's the contradiction? Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna press everything first. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye. 2 or 3 days later, the memory still should have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? Oh, yeah, the flash of lightning. Okay. After that, I must have fainted. Is that important? You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No. I'm sorry. and the flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, if we can get over your bickering, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Does it now? Does it really? Really now? Why am I supposed to question that? I already did the knife. Glove. Unstable jar. No. That's not important. That's not important. So then what? Oh no. Okay. Maybe that's a sign for me to take a break. Oh, my laptop is a fucking trooper. Bearing with me for Zoom meetings and streams alike. Oh, I've been doing so much more on my laptop ever since school started. This hunk of junk has just been through it. It's more than a year old. I'm proud of it. Well, in light of that little technical lag that's kind of scaring me, I think we should save and save the confusion for later, because I am already a bit stumped. So, we got through quite a bit, and I am proud of how far we went. Let's go ahead and go to the title screen. Yeah, I think I'd like to do that. Wow. Okay, this was a longer than usual stream for me, which I'm glad about, and I'm glad that I was able to get that into my schedule. Makes me extremely happy that I am able to find the time to stream, even for short amounts of time. I think, you know, if that's something that's okay with everyone else, if I just stream for very short amounts of time, I feel like that would be better than nothing for me. Because it is something that I am invested in and interested in doing. So, just to keep that in mind, know that I don't like skipping out on streams. So I try my best to be consistent about it. But I am still planning to stream on Wednesday. That's still in my docket. At 6 instead of 5. Same game. I don't think we're gonna get through to the very end, but same game. And you know what? Maybe on Saturday we'll keep playing Ace Attorney just to get to the conclusion at a really nice pace. So that so that when we start with the next game, it doesn't feel too jarring. Maybe this week was just very Ace Attorney centric. Sorry, I grabbed some water. Grabbed a sip of water. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it good for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Sleep well. Drink water. Have a snack. Get up and stretch. Go for a walk if you can. Because Lord knows I haven't. I'm gonna try and do that the best I can too. Just take care of yourself. And I will see you around. Have a good one.